Let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Uper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How's everyone doing tonight? Doing pretty good. We're doing a little one-off episode here. What are we smoking tonight? We are smoking the Great Cigar. If you guys are kind of at all familiar with this brand, it is a cheap brand of cigar. Averages about $2 a stick. None of the cheaper cigars, I don't mind it. It's one of those things. This one's I did find it in the barber pole style, which that's cool. I haven't seen them in that before. Now everyone who is, likes cigars or know anything about cigars is probably highly depressed to see that I'm smoking a one step above a gas station cigar. But sometimes you just need a cheaper cigar. These ones won't be in a lot of videos, probably none actually. They're basically the cigar I'm going to have around, to kind of smoke when just need to have a cigar, but also might need to be able to throw it out if something's going on or something happens, I get interrupted. Not really a cigar I'm going to kick back and relax with, but still, it's a pretty good cigar. For $2, honestly, for that price, you cannot complain. The draw is good, the flavor's all right. Construction will give you some issues, but again, $2. What do you want? That's what I always tell people when they buy these bargain stuff. What do you expect? $2. And the drink tonight, the mystery brand. Actually, this is some of my homemade hard apple cider. Ready for the pop. There she goes. Brewed up about 5 gallons of the hard apple cider. Very excited about this. This one didn't turn out so great. There is a bit of an off taste, which I'm blaming on my yeast, actually. If you've ever really brewed, looks like this glass was not exactly big enough to hold all of the cider, but that's okay. We'll do a midstream refill. If you've ever done any brewing, the yeast can actually make a big difference in your brew. These ones have almost like a grapefruit flavor. Some of the apple flavor is getting a little lost in them. Not really sure what's going on there. I'm hoping it's just the yeast, and if I update my yeast, the yeast I had was some really old yeast I found in the back of my refrigerator that I wasn't sure if it was good or not, but I wanted to use it up. And cider is one of those things that I know pretty well. I know how to brew it, know what it should taste like, know what it shouldn't taste like. So I figured, we'll try it in that. In worst case scenario, there's other things you can do with spoiled cider, whether that's to make it into vinegar or use it for baking or cooking. There truly is no real spoiled batch of apple cider, hard apple cider in my opinion. Again, many people probably disagree with me on that. But I've yet to find a batch so ruined that I can't find an alternative to use it in. Even this batch isn't horrible. It's just not the same quality I'm used to turning out. Oh, and of course, before I forget, what makes every one of these garage talks even better, a little bit of the chocolate pudding bread. Always delicious, always great. Takes even a cheap cigar and a semi-spoiled batch of cider, kicks it up a notch. So tonight, kind of was a one-off night. I don't know if this video will actually even make it. Make it to air. I'll definitely put it inside I have a folder of a bunch of videos that one reason or another I decided it was probably my best interest not to put them on the channel so I don't get banned, strikes, piss people off, whatever it might be. This video is kind of an extra one, if you will. Some filler material, maybe. Which is cool. It's nice to record these. Again, I do a lot of these videos for myself, just to get my thoughts out, what's going on. Catch up of the day. So what do we want to talk about tonight, huh? We've been doing a lot of war stories. We've been doing the theme ones. I don't know what I'm going to do for my next theme. I don't know if I'm going to do another theme for February. I haven't decided. Truth be told, the January videos, I'm just not loving them. I just feel like I'm not doing these psychological, mental health videos justice, which I feel kind of depressed about. Some of it is straight up my fault, or I didn't prep enough. There was some research I wanted to do, looking some stuff up, getting better details. Next is the apps I've been using have been just fighting me every step of the way. I finally went and totally uninstalled all the apps and reinstalled them to see if that makes a difference. I'm hoping it does. No telling yet, though. So far in this video, we're doing all right. So maybe that was the secret. I don't know if I do decide to take this channel and develop it at all. I might want to consider investing in some better equipment. There is the idea I've been having pretty hardcore. I've talked about it on many videos that I want to pivot. I want to take this channel or start a new channel and maybe make a totally EMS War Stories specific channel, where I share my own and other people's experiences in EMS. War stories are a big part of EMS. A lot of people talk about how, they were taught their EMS class was 10% or 50% PowerPoint and then 50% war stories. I'll definitely not sit here and contest that I don't fall under that category a bit, because I do. I'll use my war stories, and I teach whole classes on how to use war stories effectively, because there is an effective way to use them. Some instructors I see, it's basically so they can say, I'm great, right? They pat themselves on the back. Oh, look how great I am. Look at this 1 in a million call that I did great on. Well, of course, you don't know if they actually did. Mainly because, one, it's not like you can ask a lot of information and pull the medical records on that call. 2, a lot of war stories you hear are straight up lies and embellishments. And 3, in EMS, the EMS instructors are traditionally raised to this level of respect, of notoriety, that you wouldn't dare question it if it actually happened. So there is a lot of exaggeration, and that happens with war stories. I've talked about that. That's why I feel comfortable sharing a lot of mine, because some of them aren't mine. Some are other people's that I've heard. Quite a few I've embellished or tweaked the details, and then a great majority of them are so universal that to really drill down to, it happened on this date, this location, this place, it's impossible. But so I'm thinking about dedicating a channel to that, just sharing war stories. I'm not really getting into the politics, not getting into the education. There is a part of me that thinks maybe I should hit a little heavier into the education, put some more educational content out there, put stuff that other instructors can use, and resources for students maybe. Definitely be a nice, I'll call it a public service. But that's a lot of work. I don't know if I'll actually enjoy it as much because it would be work and there'd be very low rewards to it. I highly doubt I'll get like any 100,000 subscribers and 20 Patreons who are paying me for content. It's not going to happen. No one's that interested, and I'm not that entertaining in this type of format. The video qualities are not stellar. I know that. You don't need to be mean about it. And I probably don't have as much time to dedicate to that as I would need to be successful. That's been my falling or failing with other businesses I've started. Try to start many businesses. Is I just can't dedicate myself for one reason or another. Now, again, my wife is very quick to point out that, well, you had a couple of kids in this time frame, right? We had kids. You changed your full-time job. We moved. It makes it very hard to continue a business with those hurdles, and I understand that and agree to some level, but at the same time, it really is. I don't know if I'd have the time to dedicate to one of these ventures without knowing it's going to actually take off. Which, if you listen to most of the stories of the original YouTubers who got big, it's quite the opposite. They started off as a hobby, and at some point it got big enough that they could, quit their full-time job. I highly doubt that ever happened. Again, I'm completely honest. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this channel because I enjoy it. So maybe, who knows? Maybe just put more of those other elements in here and do them when I enjoy to do them. I still get ideas for classes stuck in my head. Like, I really want to teach that. Well, maybe I'll just teach it on here, right? Teach it on this YouTube channel and put it out there on the ethos for anyone who wants to use it. Doing classes, I have a lot of pre-done classes. I have a lot of systems down for completing them. A lot of my time when I'm making a class is spent researching. Well, thankfully, the job I have currently it requires me to do a lot of research. So why not just make a class about it? Well, that's an interesting idea. Something I'm looking towards doing, maybe pursuing, where I just make small classes along with the war stories, along with just the farmer updates, along with the how-tos. Because again, I think doing any one of those exclusively, I don't know if I can commit to make it the bigger business, profitable end. And at the same time, I think I'll lose the enjoyment I have for it. Like right now, I really enjoy sitting down in my garage or out on my deck, doing one of these videos, putting it out there. So who knows? Maybe this is just maybe this will be February. We'll explore different options in February, right? Theme it, which didn't go so good in January, but who knows? We'll look out into the dark abyss together, talk about the future, talk about plans. We'll call this a channel update in February. Maybe we'll post this one. Who knows? It's going all right. It's not getting too long or too drawn out. So time will tell. Like I said, I'm thoroughly enjoying the current format, but I know there's nothing really that is a draw for it. It's not something you're like, well, I'm going to watch this every week. Now, there are some people who do, and I do thank those people. They are wonderful friends, colleagues, and family members who I deeply appreciate that you tune in and watch it. And if I was to drill down to any one of those 4 specific areas I talked about, like the how-tos, the farming, the war stories, the EMS education, I know I could definitely get more of a traction, more of a following, but I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much. Again, I really thoroughly enjoy just sitting down, talking to the camera, talking to you guys, putting it out there, getting my thoughts out. give me a reason to sit down, have a weird beer and a cigar, which does great for my psyche. That's we're on the heels of the January episodes. Does great for me to calm down and relax and help me with my mental health. Get a solid hour to 2 hours to myself. It's really a good time to recenter and refocus and just kind of chill out. Who knows? I think I'm going to look at that through February, see if we should pursue a breaking this up into one of those 4 channels, or if I should just hang back and just keep it as it is. A jack of all trades. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe a master of none, but we can get a lot more done when you can do a little bit of everything instead of just one thing perfectly. So on that, I'm going to go enjoy my very cheap cigar, which I enjoy the taste, though. My very inexpensive cider, but I am appreciating the taste and the beautiful chocolate pudding bread. So hope you're all doing well. Hope you stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.